Wow. Well, we're very happy to see you all. We had a wonderful night last night, beyond wonderful. It was high drama, and it will be again tonight. And before we get started, I do want to thank some amazing people without whom this would literally not happen. We'd all be home watching the Mariners or the Republican National Team.
No.
I'm not going to get political. I won't get political. I'm not going to get political. This is an arts night. It's just a joy to do these concerts, and primarily because of the help of a lot of people. So I want to cover that ground before I bring on a very good friend of mine who will introduce our artist tonight. Classic Pianos was suggested to me a little over 2 years ago when Ellen Broadbent came here as a likely place where Ellen could play. And they have been with me through now 10 concerts in a little over 2 years. They provide this space, for those of you who don't know, at no expense. So how about that? So our never-ending thanks to owners Maurice and Kathy, and to the greatest crew, Peggy and Jack and Zoe, and who am I leaving out, guys?
Patricia.
Amy.
And Rick. Keep going? Did I get it? Okay, Peggy says I got it. Well, without all of these wonderful people, we wouldn't be here tonight. So, Classic Pianos, you are in all of our debt.
Buy a piano.
I also would like to thank Mount Burns of St. John's Coffee Roasters, who's one of our sponsors. Mount, are you here tonight? I know that Mount has brought some samples of his wonderful product that are in the adjoining room, so when you go in there during the break, please help yourself to a sample of his packaged coffee, enjoy it, and then buy some.
Buy some pianos. Buy some pianos.
Oh, my wife is reminding me that any of you in the market to buy a piano, it would be very kind to do a little shopping at the corner of Powell and Milwaukee, Powell Boulevard, and Milwaukee Avenue. Thank you for that reminder. Or for that matter, if your Uncle Leon is looking for a piano, or your cousin Bill, or anybody. Also, my thanks to Park Lane Suites, who provides accommodations for our artists at a significant discount, and that's appreciated very much and helps us be able to do these programs. I also want to thank our sound man, Patrick Springer. Patrick. Patrick loves the music. He's all over town recording jazz and doing sound work in the jazz field primarily, I do believe. And he provides his services because he loves the music. That's why he's here. Without I also want to thank my good and dear friends Kirby and Amy Allen, who are my backups, who have, for this concert and many others, done so much and have provided accommodations and trips to the airport and transportation and encouragement and lots of energy to all of these concerts. So Kirby and Amy, just wave hello. Most of you know them anyway. So, also one more. Our thanks to Patricia Weed, our caterer, whose late husband Eddie Weed was a piano treasure in Portland, Oregon, and whom we miss a great deal. Patricia does a wonderful job. Patricia, I know you won't show the chair, please. She won't do it. She's very modest, but we do appreciate her efforts. Most of all, again, our thanks to Classic Pianos. And with that, I want to turn the microphone over to my program director at KMHD. And before I do that, I want to tell you that having done radio for 26 years, I've worked for good program directors, and I've worked for other program directors who, let's just say, are more interested in things like the bottom line than they are in the art of jazz. I've worked for a few that don't know very much about this music, And when I encountered one 3 years ago this month who knew a lot about this music, I knew that I was coming into a period of time on the air that was going to be more pleasurable for me than at any previous time. So I'd like you to meet my PD, Matt Fleeger.
George, I want to bring Alan Broadbent on tonight, but I lied. I don't actually want to bring Alan Broadbent on. I'm going to let George do that work. But I'm here to embarrass George a little bit tonight, because as some of you may know, tonight is George's 70th birthday. So this is a really happy night for everybody here. And all of you in this room, I'm sure, at some point or another have experienced some touch with beauty and the great taste of George through the programming he's delivered for over a quarter century. So one of the things we wanted to do tonight was to embarrass George a little bit by presenting him with a plaque here. And so this plaque says, in appreciation to George Fendel, on the occasion of his 70th birthday, for his ideas, knowledge, and above all, good taste. And for his service to the Portland jazz community for over a quarter century. Now, you've heard him on different radio stations.
Thank you, you rascal. How's that, folks?
Yeah. Well deserved.
Hold it up.
We got a pose for the picture. Did you get it? Okay. Okay, now I have to kind of reshape my thinking here after that emotional moment. I know a lot of you have heard Alan before, and I want to, for those of you that weren't here last night, I just want to quickly repeat kind of what I started with last night to introduce him. I've often thought, and shared this with a lot of people, that there is a distinction, a subtle distinction between what I call the brilliant and the best. And in jazz piano, the brilliant would be thought of as dozens, maybe hundreds of artists, most of whom I played on the air at one time or another, who are great contributors and great innovators and incredible pianists. And then there is that class that is at the very top. And my list might differ from yours, but my list would include names like Tatum, Powell, Peterson, Evans, and Alan Broadbent. And said another way, about a year ago, I think somebody asked me if I could do anything I wanted on my 70th birthday, what would it be? And the answer was immediate and direct. The answer was, wherever Alan Broadbent is playing the piano, that's where I would want to be. So let me introduce you to the brilliant and the best, Alan Broadbent.
I think you might recognize this guy.
Have
I
George
think
stand
he
up.
may be your favorite piano player. I'm not really sure.
Kirby?
No.
Get George up there next to you.
George, you want to come up next to me?
I can't. I gotta get
Anyway,
face front.
George, this might be your favorite piano player.
I can't see it. Yeah, okay. One, two.
Here, take the drink, kid. I got to pose for the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, try again. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kirby. Guess where I'm going tomorrow? To the
Where?
frame store.
Under the bed, I have
Thank you
100 of
so
them.
much. Yeah, I want to see if I can provoke a little memory of something that you've all seen. You've all seen license plates that have those lists of cities that say Paris, London, New York,
Yeah.
and Portland, right? Well, I want to tell you of Alan's most recent itinerary. It reads as follows: England, France, Poland, New York, the Hollywood Bowl, and Portland, Oregon. Once again,